Let's gather round for a ghoulish ghost story.
Did someone say ghost?
It's Blueberry!
Bringing you my hauntingly...
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Markers and Monsters. And it is September 1st, and you know what that means. We are officially into the fall and Halloween season. Oh, yes. My favorite time of year, and what better way to just celebrate this amazing season and the beginnings of it than drawing some of the monster cereals. Yes, we're drawing all 5 of the monsters today, and we're really just going to use this as the intro to the fall season. I can't tell you guys how happy I am and how awesome this is going to be. I got a lot of stuff planned for fall, for just personally, for artistically, for the channel. Got some conventions coming up, and we're doing Drawloween this year again, so oh man, get prepared for that. But for today, let's just start very slow, and let's go back to our childhoods and talk about these amazing cereals. Now, for those of you who don't know, or you might be not living in the United States or anywhere these cereals are not available, General Mills every year around this time of year, Halloween season, fall season, puts out the monster cereals. Now, these are a number of special cereals, the mascots of which are all based off of classic monster archetypes. It started back in 1971 when they released Count Chocula, a chocolate-flavored cereal with marshmallows, obviously influenced by Bela Lugosi's Dracula. It was followed shortly thereafter, again in 71, by Frankenberry, a strawberry-flavored cereal with marshmallows that features the Frankenberry monster, who is based on the Boris Karloff Frankenstein, of course. Just a friendly brute guy. In 1973, the third one came out, Boo Berry, which is a blueberry flavored cereal. In fact, the first blueberry flavored cereal. That has a ghost, and he is apparently based on Peter Lorre, which is kind of an interesting choice. I like where they're going with that. I don't ever remember Peter Lorre really playing a ghost, but Peter Lorre and classic horror make a lot of sense, and he's got a very distinctive voice and personality they could use for the character. In 74, the following year, Fruit Brute, the cherry-flavored cereal with a werewolf mascot, came out. Now, this guy has not been around very much. This was well before my time, and he was only around from 1974 to 1982, so he was off the shelves before I was born, unfortunately. But we'll swing back around to that. Let's get to Fruity Yummy Mummy, my favorite, and the one I have the strongest childhood ties to. Fruity Yummy Mummy came out in 1987 and lasted until 1992. Again, it was one of those that it just wasn't a big enough seller. Now, I remember getting Fruity Yummy Mummy from when I was a kid and like watching Saturday morning cartoons, so that memory is still in the old head rolling around. So yeah, I really like Fruity Yummy Mummy. It's got a lot of nostalgia for me. And the flavor is great. And I can thankfully confirm that, as in 2013, General Mills decided for that year's monster cereals, they were actually going to bring all 5 cereals out for the first time. This was the first time that Fruit Brute has been seen since 1982. So a couple of years ago now. And luckily, too, they decided instead of just the normal packaging, they were going to have special edition retro packaging available only at Target stores. Our Target had all 5. I bought all 5, and you can bet I have the boxes folded up downstairs. I like to keep the boxes folded up as a little memory. But yeah, the Fruity Yummy Mummy was just like I remembered it tasting when I was a kid, and I really did like it. A lot of fun. It tasted like being a kid, man. I don't know. I did get to try Fruit Brute as well, something I never really thought I would be able to do in my life, but hey, there you go. And it wasn't bad. I will say I really, in terms of the different fruit flavored cereals, Fruity Yummy Mummy being a bunch of different fruit, namely like citrusy stuff. And then Frankenberry strawberry and Blueberry's blueberry. I felt the cherry flavor wasn't very prominent. Like I couldn't taste cherry as much as I could taste strawberry and Frankenberry and blueberry and blueberry. So I can kind of see why they pulled it in a way, but it's nice that he hasn't gone away fully and that General Mills, the company that puts the cereals out, are willing to acknowledge that, hey, this was a thing. Let's let some people give it a try, you know? I think that's really cool and really great for them. And it's things like that that really make me like the Monsters cereals so much. Is these characters are kind of more than just cereal mascots. There's something a little special about them. I think another thing that contributes to that is the fact that anymore they are only available during the Halloween season. Now I know technically these were available year-round for a long time. I believe that has changed, but there's something about having it tied very strictly to the season that, I don't know, makes it very special for me. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that you can only get them this time of year. And when you see them on shelves, you realize that, oh man, you know, the leaves are going to start changing. Halloween decorations are going to come out. Everything's going to get just a little cooler. And I don't just mean temperature-wise either. So yeah, something very special about that. Now, as I've said before, I do collect the boxes now when I buy them. Even if they're just a regular box, they fold flat. They take up very little space, and I can throw them in one of the Halloween decoration bins downstairs in the basement. And they're nice to pull out every year. Even if I don't display them, they're kind of nice every couple of years to just give a look through. I'd like to get my hands on some of the older boxes too. I know there are some that are a lot rarer. In the 90s, they put out a Count Chocula and Frankenberry, and they happen to have, in addition to, you know, the picture of Count Chocula and Frankenberry on them, they had the Bela Lugosi Dracula and the Boris Karloff Frankenstein on there. Due to the process they used to pull the image from the film. Remember, this was in the 90s when they didn't have a ton of digital technology to make this like a perfect process. And you're dealing with film from the 30s. The image was a little bit washed out or changed. And so, unfortunately, Dracula's medallion, which was a jewel set on top of like a six-pointed, I don't know what you'd call it, like a filigree type thing. Unfortunately, that was changed and adjusted. It couldn't really be picked up good, and they produced it, and it looked like a Star of David, which led to some controversy, and that box was pulled from store shelves. So I know that's a pretty rare little collector's item. They also have had a number of premiums in these boxes. Usually now, if you're getting a toy out of cereal, it's related to like a movie or something, you know, like, oh, get Captain America's shield or something. A little plastic disc out of, you know, a box of Count Chocula. But back in the day, it used to be you could get stuff like, oh, here's figurines of the mascots or stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. I'd love to get my hands on some of those as well. So maybe one day I'll start seriously collecting these guys. But until then, I think I'm just going to enjoy them when they come out in the store shelves, get the boxes. Now, other than that, they've had a couple interesting ones recently. They've had cutout masks that you can get. I have those boxes as well. They have ones where you could cut out shapes and build a big giant cardboard castle. I thought that was a great idea, a little play set with Chocula and the Fruity Mummy, or I'm sorry, Blueberry and Frankenberry. So it was cool stuff like that. It's just a blast to see. All right, tap in some stars, and I'm going to do a couple little touch-ups here, including making the bats stand out, the bat marshmallows fly in there, and touching up his mouth. Let's take a look at the scan. Very cool. Yeah, I am so pumped about this fall season, this Halloween season. I hope you guys are too, and I hope you guys will join me here on the channel. I'm going to be getting up to a lot, which is going to be great. I got a lot of stuff planned. Drawloween, as I said before, is going to be coming up here. So 31 days of videos for that. As well, I'm also going to be doing streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You can see me, maybe we'll do sketches, maybe we'll do monster stuff. The current time I'm thinking about setting it up is Thursdays at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if that works for you guys, let me know. You might see me pop on just at random times too if I feel like doing some streaming. So a lot of fun stuff this season coming up. So stay tuned. Keep your dials tuned to Markers and Monsters. And hey, thanks guys. We'll see you on the next one. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends, and I don't know. We'll see ya. Bye.
Silence, group of food. Kids love my delicious Count Chocula with chocolatey flavor and tasty marshmallows.
It's chocolatey terrific.